science fiction on a screen so bright. Old classics and the new delights. The unapologetic geek will lead the way, with facts and fun to fill your day. Discussing every detail, every frame, from the eerie to the loud and the tame. Gig along with all that's great, those Sunday vibes you can't debate. Tug along with the Sunday crew, geeking out is what we do. Giggle on, it's gonna be great. Don't be late, let's celebrate.
Hi.
Greetings from South Carolina.
Good afternoon.
Or good evening to Vim. Yes. Welcome back to Tug Chat, where the spooky season isn't over until I say it's over. So we are going to keep talking about Halloween movies. We're going to talk about horror movies. We're going to continue our discussion from last week, where we were talking about horror movies that could realistically happen in the real world. They could be based on real events, but more this is just like horror movies that could really happen. No supernatural stuff, no aliens, although we did talk about Fire in the Sky. Just things that seem more realistic. That's the whole point.
I guess Fire in the Sky could be considered like realistic in the sense that that's kind of what an actual alien abduction might be like. But
it might be like it really happened. I dare you say that. And that's why I have.
He says it happened.
You should include alien movies because there's a likelihood that some of them may have actually happened.
Like I'll buy Fire in the Sky. That's fine. But we're not going to talk about Communion. That's going a little too far.
Well, ain't nobody believes Whitley Schreiber. Come on.
Exactly.
I mean, if we're going to talk about Fire in the Sky, let's talk about the fourth kind then too.
Oh God, no, please no. So I want to say hi to the people in the chat. We have Wim Vanderstraeten here as always. It is his evening. Slasher Fred. Hello, Slasher Fred, and Just Carolyn. And I will try to say hi to more people as they come in. I don't know where Thrash is. Thrash is MIA. I haven't gotten any emails from him, so I have no idea. Maybe he's just having computer issues, or he's already frozen. That's possible. So I don't know. I think
he's been encased in carbonite.
We should just get started.
Well, I don't know. I haven't watched the weather today, but yesterday they were having quite a bit of bad weather where he lives up that way.
Speak his name and he shall arrive.
Greetings, Thrash.
What's up, Thrash?
Indy is also here, and he says that nobody has ever been abducted by an alien because his alien overlords confirm it. So before we get started, Dan has something he would like to discuss that he watched this morning.
And it fits right in because this movie that I watched this morning, Tug, it could really happen because very little happened. I experienced a movie called Anaconda X. And Anaconda X is kind of a takeoff on the original 4 Anaconda series movies. I wouldn't exactly call it canon, but it pokes fun at Anaconda for the sheer lack of action in this movie. It is 41 minutes into this movie before these group of college kids in search of a cave painting even encounters a snake. When they encounter a snake, it's a giant snake that lasts 6 minutes on screen before it's killed. And then the rest of the movie is this tiny little offspring and one big red demon, it's mate, I guess, running around seeking vengeance on the college kids. And this movie, I don't even know, it's part of a trilogy, I call it, with Halloween Kills and Rise of the Evil Dead and Anaconda X. All must be wrote by the same person for their equal level of suck.
Dirty.
I mean, it's very hard to even comprehend how bad these movies are. But Anaconda X wins the award. It is far worse than any of the other ones. Because I could at least say Halloween Sucks had Jamie Lee Curtis in it. Rise of the Evil Dead used practical special effects and gore and wasn't CGI. Crap. I can't say nothing good about Anaconda X. Not one thing.
Well, one thing I would like to point out, when the original of a franchise is good and the remainder aren't as good, it's sad but not too surprising. When you take a franchise where the original was crap, what do you expect?
It's all downhill from here.
I have found all of the Anaconda movies somewhat entertaining. I did not hate none of them. Even the ones on Sci-Fi, like we were talking about earlier, like Lake Placid versus Anaconda. It was entertaining, great actors, and actually entertaining scenes in them movies. This
Anaconda was just some filmmaker sat down and said, how can we keep Jennifer Lopez wet for 200 minutes?
My God.
I know.
I found it entertaining.
I
can think of some ways to keep Jennifer Lopez wet for 200
minutes. in a thematic, cinematic kind of way.
I'd be thinking in a cinematic kind of way too, but different kind of
widescreen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not in your case.
Whoa. I'll tell you what, Pons. Later on today, I'll send you the whole movie Anaconda X, and after you sit through that, you will consider every other Anaconda movie a creation of God.
When you look at the cast of Anaconda and say, why is this movie so bad? You really, I mean, come on. I mean, Stoltz, amazing. Great
John
supporting cast. Jennifer Lopez can act. She's a horrible human being, but she can. She has done films that have actually been decent. John Voight, again, horrible human being, but can act. I mean, this movie should have been better than it was.
I just want to point out Donald Kunster, Eric Roberts, was not only in Sharktopus, but he's also in Anaconda X. He's the only name in the movie.
Well, anyway, to start it off with, that's my movie for something that actually could happen. A giant snake could eat people in a jungle. And
that is
possible. It is possible. A possibility. It is a reality. Real big snakes eat people in real life. This does happen. And usually happens in a little bit more excitement and a little bit more entertaining fashion than in this movie.
Indy found the script for Anaconda too constricted. Yeah. I don't hate the first Anaconda. I think it's fine. I never saw any of the sequels. It's not a good movie. I'm not going to sit here and say it's like high cinema or anything. It's a stupid movie, but
I want to say that I saw Anaconda 2, but then my brain has completely erased it. So it's checked off in there on the list of movies I've seen, but it's like, I can't remember anything about it.
I sympathize with Danny for Halloween Ends and for Evil Dead Rise, going into it with high expectations. But Anaconda X is an asylum movie.
Man, I want you guys to understand, man. I save movies I think are going to be good. I saved Halloween Kills from July. I put it on my DVR and left it alone. I said, I'm going to watch that Halloween. It's going to be great. I'm going to see a new Jamie Lee Curtis movie, man. And I felt like somebody drove a spike in my head when I watched it.
All kidding aside,
it was the same Evil Dead Rise, dude. I saved it for 3 months. I got all excited to watch it at Halloween, and then I just cried, man. I really cried a tear. I said, "Oh, good gravy! They made this. They could have made anything but this." And then today, this morning, I said, "Okay, well, it's going to be Anaconda X. At least it's going to be easy. You can't mess up snakes eating people," but they did.
Okay, go ahead, Thrash. What were you saying?
Oh, just that I don't know why I was always so unfair to Anaconda. I think the thing that bothered me was when I saw it at the time, and I haven't seen it since it was in the theaters. So we're going back, possibly close to 30 years?
It's got to be around 30.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
I think it was just the film couldn't make up its mind what it wanted to be. Action movie, gangster movie, nature horror movie. I mean, I think it was just sort of all over the place. And I think it was almost like they said, we'll throw a bunch of good ideas at the screen and there'll be so much going on, people just sort of go along with the ride. And I don't know why. So for those of you who liked Anaconda, forgive me if I said anything insulting.
And Damien's on your team. It's okay.
I'm on your team. It
What?
is not a good movie.
Right. I recommend this week you rewatch Anaconda and give us a fresh opinion next week.
Maybe
Do I have
watch
to?
Anaconda X first, and then watch Anaconda.
Yeah,
And then
do
Anaconda
that,
will
Joel.
seem like
Then you'll
Oxygen.
appreciate Anaconda so much more.
Okay, speaking of which, there was a great meme today, and it was funny because I was able to fire it in milliseconds. And it's funny, all true film aficionados, I think, will do the same thing. Worst sequel of all time. Anyone?
Worst
Anaconda
sequel,
X.
Highlander 2.
Yeah.
There's no wrong answer, with the possible exception of Godfather 2. I came up with Blues Brothers 2000.
No, that's pretty
Oh,
bad.
That was
That movie
But
had
I like the
some parts.
band at the end. It's still like the redeeming quality of the movie to me.
I didn't get
though
that. I
movie
walked
did
out.
have Blues Brothers 2000 did have that irritating little Kenny character, and you know
Macaulay
how
Culkin, no less.
Kenny's in the way.
Very good, very good. But yeah, Blues Brothers
I'm
2000.
sorry. I heard fighting words. Sorry, I was looking for something. Blues Brothers 2000 is an absolute abomination to cinema and should be stricken from the record and never observed again by any human being. I'm sorry. Blues Brothers
all
is my
copies
favorite
destroyed.
movie of all time. That sequel was an absolute disgrace to the legacy of what that
No,
movie
it's a bad
built.
movie. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I just love the band at the end.
See, Shane, Blues Brothers 2000 was,
Nothing in that movie
in my
worked.
opinion, it hurt me so bad. It diminished my love of the original, which was one of my favorite movies of all time. But it like cheapened the experience for me, I think.
I don't care what none of y'all say. Blues Brothers
Clearly.
2000 is worth watching just for this 3-minute clip where the bulls roll across the sky and they sing Ghost Riders.
Yeah, okay. That was pretty cool.
But again, I derailed this because we're supposed to be talking.
Yeah, we
realistic
haven't even gotten
horror.
started yet.
Yeah, really.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Anaconda
I
counts.
covered Anaconda X, and everybody had to take a deep breath and talk about something else for a second.
Okay, so since he wasn't here last week, let's let Damien start. What have you
Oh,
got?
great. I'm gonna start with Misery.
Oh, good choice. Excellent
think it's-
choice.
One of the best. I mean, it's more of a thriller than a horror movie, but at the same time, the entire concept of, and I mean, like the whole leg breaking part, that's horrific. You know, you got to agree that whole scene where she puts the block in, and you know what's coming. She's got the hammer, and then bam! It's like I felt it. I could feel it. Oh,
It's like the simplest special effect too. It's
Yeah.
like just like a rubber ball inside of like a rubber foot, but it oh man,
oh my god!
it hurts.
Think about legs hurt, man.
Yeah, same
Oh.
here. I'm
Oh,
experiencing it now. But no, that the whole idea, like the biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan of all time, or whatever, and she's following him, and he runs off the road. And there's still possibility that she may have engineered that entire scenario.
Yeah, and the reason
don't
Kathy
know.
Bates is so
Yeah.
terrifying in that movie is because
Mhm.
you could totally see her existing.
Yeah.
There are many people like her.
And it turns
I
out
don't
she
know
was
about that
she was
movie is
killing
I-
babies in the maternity ward, and
Yeah.
I blame that movie for my intense stand of Kathy Bates. I think that was the reason for years and years and years up until the new Matlock thing come out. I really just couldn't stand to watch nothing she was in. And I think it's psychological about that movie.
was Misery. Yeah.
I went to college in a northeastern mountain area town, very similar to like Stephen King, Ville, you might say. And my last year, I stayed with someone who actually had a house that was very, very similar to Kathy Bates' house in that movie. And after I saw the movie, I was like uncomfortable in my own
You didn't move any of the penguins, did you?
No, I touched nothing.
Mr. Penguin's always facing due east or due south or whatever it was. Oh,
And yeah, and she was just
dirty birdie.
she was so unformidable looking, yet is one of the most dangerous people in cinema. In the scene where she she's having an argument rhetorically, and she actually has like an out-of-body experience. Like she's not even talking anymore. She's just sort of ranting. I mean, that's one of the most terrifying scenes in cinema history. It's almost Hitchcockian. Misery is just an absolutely amazing movie. It's one of the few Stephen King movies that live up to the source material.
Yes, agreed.
In my opinion.
Yeah. It's probably one of the best Stephen King movies that's ever been made. So as far as living up to the source material and just being true to and the feeling that it elicits through the whole, it's like that whole scene where she goes off the rails for the first time and he's just laying there in bed and you can see it in his face. He's like, what have I stumbled into here? Kind of thing. He realizes he's in a bad spot.
Damien, that might be the quintessential choice.
Yeah.
It might be.
I'm glad I went first because I was worried somebody else was going to get to it before me. And
that is one of my favorite.
Nobody else taking that one much, I don't think.
It was on my list.
It's on my list too.
It's on my list. So, but I think you picked the pig of the litter.
Definitely. I whenever I'm feeling down that I never like made it big as a writer and I've never become like super popular, I watch this movie to make myself feel better that I don't have to deal with this. I've been stalked before. I know what that feels like, but like this movie is like that on a whole new level, And
sorry,
with all of the other existential dread in that movie and the horrific bits of it, it's like, but when she makes him burn his novel because she doesn't like it, it's like
that hurts my soul.
Oh my god. That's just that would destroy me if I was an author writing that book. It's like, well, you could probably rewrite it, but it would never be the same. There's
a similar horror scene for me as a writer when there's this movie called what is this movie called? It's got Michael Douglas in it. It's like it's a writer movie. It's not a movie that most people will like. But like halfway through, he's been writing this manuscript for years, and it's like he's got 20 or like 2,000 pages of manuscript that he's typed on a typewriter, and he's got it in his car, and he gets into a car accident, and all the pages just go flying in the wind. And just like, that's horrible.
Oh my god!
I can't remember the name of the movie off the top of my head.
About Romance in the Stone at first.
It's got Tobey Maguire and Robert Downey Jr. and I can't remember. Indy will tell us in a minute. He'll Google it for us.
Supposedly, I can't remember the author who wrote it. I do apologize, but in Fugue for a Darkening Island, which is one of those post-apocalyptic or dystopian, whichever you prefer, novels that it's always been on my bucket list. But it's a bucking list. Bouquet.
Sorry.
Supposedly, it's supposed to be the nonsensical reflections of a man who's gone off the deep end because his world's fallen apart, and
yes,
that happens when you're like keeping memories. When you think about memories, sometimes it jumps around a lot. Like one memory will lead to another, lead to another, lead to another. He decided to write it like that. Supposedly, what he did, he wrote it sequentially, took the pages and threw them into the air, and then put them back together. And love the concept, but it is incoherent when you try to read it. So just the pages jumbling up in and of itself, even if you get them all back, it's still it'd still be a nightmare.
Like watching Memento the first time. I was like,
yes.
I need to watch that 3 more times.
Wasn't that Love Actually? The writer doesn't the
oh yeah.
It blows into the lake.
Yeah.
And the Portuguese girl takes her clothes off to go out and get it, and that's when he realizes he loves her because he sees the Portuguese girl naked. And that would do it for me. Yeah. Sold. I can always write another novel.
And yeah, Vim, I think most King stories have a writer at the heart of it because he really took that whole write about what you know thing to heart. So, which is fine. It is a little bit of a crutch for him, but I'm not gonna blame him for it.
Well, he has to do that because he never really had like a real job.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought he was a park ranger.
Like I said, he never had a real job. You know what a park ranger does?
He feeds grizzly bears.
He
Picnic
rides
baskets.
around in a Jeep looking for poachers that he never finds because his forest is endless.
Yeah, if he finds him, he just looks the other way because he doesn't have to do anything. Okay, well, Misery was a great choice. Absolutely love Misery.
Thank you very much.
You picked a movie that psychologically bothers me. Congratulations.
It psychologically bothers me too, Dan. You're not alone.
That's saying a lot because there's only been 2 or 3 of them ever do that. So.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with a movie that, while not very old, has already been remade, and the remake is terrible. And that is The Strangers. This is Jennifer Connelly home invasion. Like 3 people in masks come into the house and torture this family, and when they ask them why, all they say is because you were home. And it's creepy and scary because they have no motive, really. They're just getting their rocks off by torturing this family to death. And I there's like I considered just making home invasion movies a whole subgenre that we could talk about, but like it's really just this movie. There's other there's that one with a blind girl. I can't remember the name of it. But this one I think is probably the best of that subgenre of like home invasion movies, just because it's so simple. Like the plot is so simple, and it doesn't try to be more than it is. It doesn't like Happy Games, which is the worst example of this, of a movie that like is trying to be all artistic and judging the audience for watching this torture. And then, what is wrong with you? Aren't you the home invader? I'm like, no, that's stupid. The Strangers is just it's terrifying because you never see them because they're always behind masks, and yeah, they just kill for the fun of it. So that's my choice.
I was gonna watch that one and didn't get to it. So
I think I may have that confused with something else, but I know I've seen it. It's not logging in right now.
That's fine. Yeah.
The one I was thinking of had a mother and her 2 sons invaded this house and were tormenting the family looking for something.
That I think is Happy Games.
Yeah, that movie was horrible.
Yeah, that's a terrible movie. Either version. And you're right, Indy. It was Liv Tyler, not Jennifer Connelly. I got him confused.
There was something clicking in my head. I couldn't tell what it was, but thank you. I couldn't correct you because I didn't know the right answer.
I was incorrect.
Was Don't Breathe the one that was about the blind girl?
That's not the one I was thinking of, but that's a really good one. But that's kind of like a home invasion in reverse, where like home invaders are the protagonists, and the evil person is the person in the house.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna watch that one too and didn't get to it, but I did read the synopsis and I was like, that looks like a cool movie. But anyway,
there's an old movie from the early 70s. I believe Corman produced it, and supposedly it's based on a true story. The premise is, during the Depression, a lot of people got evicted because they couldn't pay their mortgages, and some family homes that had been in the house for 3 generations were lost, taken by the bank, and then sold. What had happened was these people who were dispossessed, shall we say, when the house is sold to new owners and they move in, they basically, because they're hill people, they have it stuck in their head, not, well, we lost it fair and square because we couldn't pay for it and someone else bought it. It's, these people are trespassers on our property. And they show up and basically wipe out or try to wipe out the new owners. And I wish I could remember the name of it because it's really, really atmospheric.
I saw that movie. I don't remember the name of it neither, but I did see it.
It sounds like a plausible scenario, in all honesty. But
exactly, that's what made me think of it, particularly because it makes a nice companion to The Strangers. So thank you.
Get off my land.
Yeah, there's this really creepy scene where this young girl's like, "We can't have people living in our houses now, can we?" And it's like,
I have to say the home invasion thing don't play real well where I live. I live in South Carolina. Buff, he lived down there in Georgia, and down here in the deep South, you probably ain't a good idea to go try to invade somebody's house. Everybody down here is armed.
Yeah, a Southern home invasion movie would be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah.
Or it'd be over in 5 minutes, you know.
Well, remember the story of the Axeman, one of America's first serial killers, and it became this really funny cat and mouse. People were actually putting articles in the newspaper. One lady wrote, "I just had my trim done. Rather than mess up my windows, I'll leave the door unlocked for you. Is that okay?" Another guy printed his address and said, "Okay, I dare you to come into my house and we'll see just who gets who." This is back when America had a sense of humor, even about serial killers.
I have heard that story. That's a fun one. Okay, so that was my choice. Dan, what do you got?
Great choice.
Is it back to me already? Buff ain't went.
Well, Buff was here last week. It's your turn. Go for it.
All righty. Well.
Well, you did pick Anaconda, so I guess we can.
Yeah, I kind of went first.
Okay.
Oh
so,
yeah, he did say
Yes.
Anaconda.
So yeah, we're kind of
Shane.
all over the place. Shane, yes.
So
please.
we'll go back in order on the next go around.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, it's kind of all over the place. Tug will go twice, and then
But I got one ready for when my turn comes up. So.
I could just go through my whole list and not
Yes.
give you any options. So.
Yeah.
But okay,
the
Shane,
movies are probably on my list. So
what do you got?
This one, horrible knockoff. Well, I'm say knockoff, but Knock at the Cabin. I believe that's what it's called. It was like the last M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, the M. Night
movie he put
Shyamalan
out.
movie. Yeah, yeah.
A movie's
one's not
absolute garbage. I mean, nothing happened in the damn movie. It's just Batista continuing to try to think he's an actor is like, okay, fine, you were good as
But he put
Groot,
on
you were
glasses.
good in,
That means he can act.
he was good in the opening scenes of, I forget whichever Bond movie it was. It might have been Skyfall. Oh
No, it was the one that starts in New Orleans. Spectre. He's got the
Spectre.
like
Yeah,
the thumb
Spectre.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You're fine in that, but this movie is just like he was trying to put off his chops. But regardless,
Isn't Ron
think it could be
Weasley in that movie for
realistic.
some reason?
Yeah, he is. He's
yeah.
one of the he's one of the 4 people. That's like, all right, for y'all that haven't seen the movie, it's about these. Here's some of the realism. 2 men in a partnership, white males,
With their daughter.
adopt
Yeah.
an Asian child. Yeah, I can go to Walmart and see that right now. They take a little vacay out into the woods to a cabin. They bring a weapon, but you don't bring it in the house.
I think I
What good
saw
is a
this
weapon? Look.
TV show with Danny DeVito.
As long as I spit in law enforcement, what good is a weapon going to do when it's not near you?
Yeah.
But anyway, so these 4 people come up, whatever, and are talking about, one of you got to sacrifice yourself or the end of the world will happen. And it's just like, huh? So just 4 crazy people with guns that are just terrorizing this family. And it's like, of course, that happens. They're just crazy people. But the movie is so lackluster and unappealing and just, I got no value out of it. I had to watch it because Shyamalan. And with Shyamalan, he was like, oh, what's going to be the twist? What's going to be the big twist? There wasn't one. It never came. I was like, I watched this whole movie for his stupid twist, and it never happened.
Now, come on, at least be happy. At least Colin wasn't a serial killer.
I hated that movie, but that's the one I would say.
I didn't hate the movie, but I agree that like a lot of nothing happens. And there is no real resolution because like they come and they want one of the family to kill the other one because if they don't, it's going to cause the end of the world for some reason. And none of this is ever explained or elaborated on. So the very premise doesn't make sense.
You're supposed to understand, man. They're just crazy, dude.
Yeah, they should just be crazy people. Yeah. That's the only explanation that makes sense.
There's no logic. There's no reason.
Anyway, yeah.
And no reason to watch it either.
Now my next pick is similar, but we'll get to that.
And yeah, it is realistic if you use that interpretation, Dan, that they're just crazy people.
Yeah.
But Ron Weasley and Dave Bautista and some nurse or something. I don't even remember. Yeah. Shows you how well I remember the movie. It's pretty forgettable. So Thrash, it is now your turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of lost track. do forgive. But okay, I'm actually going to pick one that we talked about last time. Well, actually, we talked about at some point to see if it qualified. And I'm not sure it does. I'm going to leave it up to you guys, but I'm going to open with it. I'm going to open with Halloween, which I actually watched last night. It was actually on AMC. It's not really edited. But
wait, you watched it the day after Halloween?
They were having a Halloween hangover, which I thought was a really cute way of saying, for those of you who still want more horror movies here.
You're talking the original Halloween, right?
The 1978 John Carpenter.
That definitely
absolutely counts.
That absolutely counts because he is a mental patient. He is not a supernatural anything, even though they say he's the devil incarnate or whatever.
Yes and no. They kill him 3 times over the course of the movie, and he still gets away.
But did he really die?
But
none of his wounds were were automatically fatal. Like except for the being shot however many times Sam shot him in the end and walking away.
Shoulder, gut. He'd walk.
Yeah,
away
but then
from
he
that.
fell onto his back.
Out the window, and
You could still walk away
technically
from
you
that.
could survive, but you're not going to walk away like that.
You might crawl away or limp away, but you could still get away.
But I still count Halloween. Absolutely count Halloween.
It's just as a gray area for those of you who want to raise an argument. It's not a bad argument. I agree. That's why I brought it up. Yes, because he is just, and the idea of patients getting away and running amok. In fact, if you'll indulge me, I have an anecdote.
Oh, great.
Thank you. Was that sarcastic?
No. Go ahead.
It's actually a very sad story. Years ago, this girl was actually in my homeroom. She was a senior when I was a freshman. Years ago, there was this very, very, very sad case on the Cape where, long story short, it was this. This is the 80s, and it was the last decade where you could get away with, there's no bad things going on in that household. Those are good, solid, middle-class people, salt of the earth. They couldn't possibly have anything going wrong in that house. Well, apparently, the dad was tribulating horrible, terrible abuses on the rest of the family. And one day, the son who couldn't take it anymore gets dad's shotgun, wait for dad to get home, bang, bang, and then buries him under the doghouse. This is a real story. This is like Welcome to Cape Cod. The reason I tell you all of this is about 5-6 years later, I had come home from college. I promised my best friend who was home from a different college, but still home, that I'd call him, we hang out. I call him up. He, of course, is like, and I go, hey, what's going on, bro? And what's going on? And he goes, not much. I just woke up a little while ago. There was a shooting in my neighborhood. And I went, huh? This somehow, again, welcome to Massachusetts, they gave this kid, he of course was locked up, they gave him a furlough. And he was out and about and decided he didn't want to go back in the sack. So he actually tried to escape and got into a gunfight with police on my best friend's street. There was actually bullet holes in the house next door. Oh, wow. So yes, mental patients can go on rampages because I know of a case of it happening firsthand. So little life is stranger than life story for you guys. But I feel like that would be a good story for today. Anyway, I thank you.
Sounds like he needed a sedative.
Sedative. It was actually funny. Not funny. It was actually sad. A guy who I also went to high school with was home on leave from the army, and he actually grabbed his gun and went out to try to help. Lucky it was all over when we got out there. He could have ended up getting shot himself because he wasn't law enforcement. He was just another guy running around with a gun. So, but again, for those of you who say Old Cape Cod, not nearly as quaint as you think. But yes, thank you.
Anyway,
yes, I completely concur that is a that's a plausible situation. To have a crazy man running around and Yeah,
it happens a little too often, probably. Like it's just one of those things you don't like to think about, but yeah.
And though who was it? I get Loomis, the cop, or not cop.
I shot him 6 times.
He was the psychologist or whatever, the shrink that was overseeing him. Even though
who was equally creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he was. Yeah, he could have been the serial killer in that. Even though he was going on and on and on about there's nothing behind those eyes, or just evil behind those eyes, or whatever, and he's just he's just evil. It's pure evil. It's like, he's just crazy. Maybe in the sequels he's the devil incarnate, but in this movie he's just a crazy kid who had a psychotic break when he was 7 or whatever, and never recovered from it. So he's been
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Absolutely.
The scene where the door opens really, really, really slowly, and he's the ghost with the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that scene still creeps me out.
I like the part in the kitchen where he's got the boyfriend stabbed up against the wall, and he's just standing there looking at it, and then he tilts his head. It's just like, I don't know what it is about that, but it's just like, yeah, okay.
Well, it's just amazing. It's just amazing to me that Halloween is the best Halloween movie of all time.
Yeah,
I agree.
His movements aren't human. They're more like an old hound dog. Like a dog would just kind of like, you know.
So the head tilt is the thing.
The head tilt with the
It's like he's trying to understand the things that he's just
doing.
done. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like there's that little bit of like thought going on in there, not just I'm coming to kill everybody kind of thought process, but like, oh, look what I just did kind of thing.
And, all this talk of Halloween makes me really sad that Halloween Kills just killed the franchise.
It ends. You're talking about ends.
Halloween ends the franchise. Excuse me.
But one thing I have to say
Halloween Kills ends the franchise because Halloween Kills was the last good movie in the franchise.
And it wasn't even that good.
It wasn't even that good, but Halloween Ends really did end the franchise.
Don't let this distract you from the fact that evil dies tonight.
I've never heard that.
Evil died tonight because the franchise died with it.
One thing I have to ask for you fans of the early part of the franchise, at least, was the decision to make.
Yeah, I knew that, Vim. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He just had a comment there. Yeah.
Gotcha. The Jamie Lee Curtis being his brother. Was that something they always planned all along?
No. John Carpenter came up with that for the sequel in order to justify the existence of a sequel.
Thank you. Because it makes the first one make so much more sense why he was targeting her. He killed his older sister. Now he's coming after the younger sister. Makes perfect sense. Because that's one of the things when I watch it, and again, I love the movie, but one of the things, continuity, there's no connection between Jamie Lee Curtis and Mike Myers.
I do have an answer to this.
No, brother.
She
No.
walks up to the Myers house when he's there, and he's like the first person he sees, and he just becomes interested in her because she came to him. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I picked up on that too when I was watching.
All right, I'll give you that, but it makes much more sense that he's targeting her because
it makes more sense. Yeah.
It does. It's rather than just fixating on her because she was the first one who presented herself as a target. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
well, in context of the actual first movie, it makes sense that he fixated on her because she was the first one he saw, kind of thing.
I'll buy that
because he's like just got out of the friggin' joint, I mean,
George Lucas.
He just got out. He's gone back home, and she's the first one he sees.
Jamie Lee Curtis's character went to the Myers house in Halloween.
It was
because her dad was a realtor and selling the house.
Dropping off the key.
Okay, what you don't realize is that when her brother went away to the mental institution, her sister got killed, and her mom and dad passed away in the car wreck thing. She went to live with the Strode family, and the house sat vacant till her 18th birthday, which was coming up, and then she could finally sell the house.
That wasn't in the first movie, though. That was brought up later.
Yeah.
But that was the thinking behind that. When they brought it up, they could explain it that way.
Yeah.
Michael Myers was the ultimate incel.
Yes. I think if you watch the first movie on its own without the whole brother sister thing, I think you can kind of make sense of it that he's fixated on Laurie, and that's why he kills all of Laurie's friends first. And then when he attacks her, he doesn't kill her. He like deliberately seems to miss every time he tries to go for her. I think he's just trying to, get her. I don't think he even knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He's got the mind of a child almost.
Yeah. It is odd. He's always really professional when he kills everybody else, but with her, he barely nicks her arm.
Yeah, exactly.
So I couldn't agree with you more. You're right. That always seemed odd to me. He couldn't even mortally wound her, even though he had all the time in the world. He just sort of.
What I found funny was he had so much trouble with that dang closet door. It's like,
how do you open this door?
Thing's basically made out of like little tiny sticks, just
like plywood.
Just break it, just break the darn thing. And he does eventually, but it was like it took him a minute. It's like
and the eye poke. I mean, no. You can hit him with like a bazooka, and he kind of. But the eye poke, ow, 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 ow.
That's why I think he's still mortal in the first movie.
Yeah.
But it just seemed the eye poke was the most damaging thing to happen to him.
Yeah,
But he
falls
definitely
backwards.
didn't miss
Yeah.
like working on his abs when he was in the mental hospital. To sit up like that with your legs flat, that's
Oof.
hard to
Yeah.
do.
Another thing, I completely forgot. You get a glimpse of his face for a second.
Yeah, in the
You
first
do,
one,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah, you
completely
do.
forgot that. I haven't
Mhm.
seen the movie in years. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot you actually from because I'm trying to like, and I think everyone was intended like you were trying to figure out if he was somebody important, but he wasn't.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
I
just-
remember.
it's
I
just a
remember
little-
the first time I saw him. I said, "Is that the guy from My Bodyguard?"
Now, you actually see his face, I think, about half a dozen times throughout the series, and it's
Oh.
always a different face. It's always a different
Yeah.
actor. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway,
All right.
Halloween, great choice. I freaking love Halloween.
2 thumbs up.
I could talk about the entire series all day long. I'm obsessed with it. So,
And it's a fitting choice, being Halloween weekend and all.
it is still Halloween. Dang it!
Yeah, I still have my decorations up. There's
I
still
do
a full cemetery out there. So,
I've got this weird little ghost sitting here with me. So,
Sadly, every day's Halloween for me.
well, that's what you get for being a spooky dude.
Yeah, I watch horror. It's horror movies and Halloween movies and that kind of stuff all year round for me.
Ah, Tracy's here. Hello,
Tracy,
Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
Tracy.
I
Anyway,
just put my cheap decorations up this morning. I still gotta do my Halloween stream.
There was a
Fred
dude
back
down the
over here.
There was a dude down the street from me yesterday morning. We're talking the morning after Halloween. He's got all of his Christmas decorations up. We're talking light up trees in the front yard. We're talking like, chasing lights on the. It's like I saw him out there standing there like, arms on his hips, looking like, good job. I almost wanted to stop and be like, hey, we still got a whole other holiday before
Yeah, I know.
it's Christmas season.
the week
Don't
between
talk
now
about
and
that
Thanksgiving is just me and my wife arguing about when we can put up Christmas decorations.
Yeah. As soon as Thanksgiving's over, you can put them up.
Here where I'm
Thank
from,
you.
if you put up that Christmas stuff before Thanksgiving, you can expect 10 rolls of toilet paper around your yard the next day.
I remember
That's a
those
good
days.
idea. I might have to recruit some neighborhood teens and a few bags of.
We don't waste toilet paper since the pandemic.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I forgot.
Actually, there's a place somewhere I saw on the news where they gave toilet paper away to the kids, to toilet paper houses and stuff.
I bet
Have
you
you
I could
seen this-
order a
Toilet paper
whole
and
box of
whatever
those like
stuff.
receipt paper rolls. I bet they throw really well.
There's a picture that's been going around the internet for a couple of years. It's at Costco, and you know how they set up those little booths and they give out free samples. And there's like an old lady giving out free samples of toilet paper. Like, how does that work? I don't understand.
Like, here's
that.
a square. Here's a
Yeah.
There's not one square to spare.
What's that?
You know,
little
I-
bit of supply?
It's like
I only
I'm
had
gonna
my
need
house.
a couple handfuls if I'm trying this out or something,
I
Just
only
give me
had
a
my house
quarter
toilet
roll.
papered once, and I actually knew the person.
Toilet papering is fine. That doesn't
Yeah.
bother me. It's the egging that's
Yeah.
that's
real nice.
brutal. That's expensive.
Well,
Mhm.
What you
it
do-
was a girl who I guess I was supposed to call again.
What I would do-
Why do you
What
call?
I would do,
All I can think of is now I'm glad I didn't call again.
yeah, exactly. You you win.
You know?
you know, somebody did that to me. What I would do, I'd take that little free sample of toilet paper and I'd say, "Be right back," and I'd go to the bathroom.
And give it back to them.
And
yeah.
flush
Hey,
it, and
I
then
didn't
I'd-
like it. Here.
And then I'd wipe some chocolate on my hand, like Christmas bar, and I'd go back and I'd hold my hand out with the chocolate over it. You didn't give me enough.
Man, my fingers went right through that stuff. I'm not buying that. That's crappy toilet paper.
You gotta get a little more.
I have actually been personally egged. I was really
So have I.
drunk one night with a friend of mine, and I was all messed up over a girl, as you were wont to do. I was like 18, and we decided we were gonna like. I decided that I was going to walk to her house at like however late it was. I don't even remember. It was really late at night. It was a terrible idea, and I was gonna confess my love for her and apologize for whatever I had done wrong or whatever. And as we're walking, like this like Cadillac drives right past and somebody goes, "Oh boy!" And then like, and I'm like, what the- it's just egg all over me.
Mhm.
And whoever that douchebag was, I want to thank them because it woke me up and made me realize, what am I doing? This is stupid.
At least you didn't have egg on your face.
True. It was all on my chest.
Yeah.
Did you get the feeling that girl might have been in the back seat of that car?
Maybe.
Coincidence. That would have been an astonishing coincidence. But
Yeah.
Damien, I must doff my cap to you on that one. That was
Thank you very much.
very good.
Okay, well, Damien, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
Tug, have you gone?
Yeah,
he did a minute ago because you just went Thrash, so it's
I
me
picked
and then
the
Tug
Strangers.
and then, yeah.
Oh yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Like I said, I'm a little lost. Continue, Damien. Sorry.
Henry,
Try
Portrait
harder.
of a Serial Killer from 1986. Has anybody
Ooh.
seen that movie?
I had
Heard
not
of
watched that
it.
movie in a
Have
long
not
time.
seen it.
Isn't that the one
So-
with Rooker, Michael Rooker?
Yeah, Michael
Yeah,
Rooker is Henry, the serial killer, and Otis is his, buffoon that kind of wants to sort of be. Anyway, he's not really a serial killer. He's just a bad person.
Yeah.
Henry
and
Lee.
then-
What was that name? Henry Lee Lewis or something?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, it's
look it
not
up.
actually like a documentary or whatever of like an actual serial killer, but it is kind of sort of after the actual serial killer that was name was Henry or whatever.
Yeah, Henry Lee Lucas. That's
It's
who it is.
loosely based.
Loosely
on
based
him.
is what the
Yeah,
internet
loosely
says.
based is the best way, but Henry
Yeah, but
or
a lot of people took that as literal a documentary about them.
it
really
wasn't. It was loosely based on the fact that he went around killing a bunch of people.
Yeah,
It's
but
no-
when
it
they
doesn't-
publicized that movie, that word
Yeah.
loosely based didn't get thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
The thing about Henry Lee Lucas is that he was confirmed of killing, like, I think his mother or something, but what he became famous for was confessing to other crimes that he did not commit. He confessed to like hundreds of serial killer deaths that he did not actually commit. He became known as the confession killer. That was his thing.
Was it daylight saving time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody told me.
Well, then you were an hour late.
Well, because a lot of us times we forget because so much technology does it automatically that it happens without us even knowing it. You just sleep an extra hour.
I only knew it was daylight savings time because when it came out to the kitchen, the clock on the stove was different, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I went to the store and I noticed my pickup truck. It was like ahead an hour. I'm like, wait a minute, what time is it?
Oh, wait a minute. When did that happen?
When did I miss this?
I'm
Missing time. It was aliens.
It
Hey,
was,
funny part is
Must
I'm
be
just
that.
now finding out about it. I missed it all.
oh,
In,
but
in my old pilot, it was such a pain in the ass. I was just an hour off for 6 months out of the year. Okay, until
just showing
spring.
up to work late every day or early or something,
No, well, you
Yeah.
either add or subtract the hour depending on which part of the year it is. You just mentally know.
Yeah.
It's like that trick people do where they set their alarm clock ahead a few minutes so that they can sleep an extra few minutes rather
Yeah,
than
my
just
wife
sleep.
does that. I don't understand that.
But
That would
everyone-
never work for me.
It doesn't work, but everyone does it. Or lots of people do it. Not everyone. Clearly not you. But
I used to. Now I just wake up before my alarm goes off, and I'm like, not again. So, it just sucks. But started last year at daylight savings. Actually, that's when it all screwed up my entire sleep schedule, and it hasn't been right since. So
I thought they were getting rid of that anyway.
they're
Yeah, they
supposed to.
tried, but then they actually could not agree on whether to go forward or back. And that stalemate is why we still have it. You can't
me
make
guess.
this up. This is unsatirable.
I know this is a bad joke, but let me guess. The Republicans
We just need
want
to
go forward
stick
and
with the
Democrats want
extra
to go
hour
back.
at the end of the day.
Wait till
No comment.
spring forward and then just stop it.
Just leave it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nothing's gonna change.
I want the extra hour at the end of the day. I don't need it in the morning. I can drive to work in the dark. I don't care.
Well, but then are the
I like
kids
more
going to
daylight
school?
later.
Really going to school? in the
My
dark?
kid goes
It's
to school so
really-
early, it's going to be dark either way.
Yeah.
I hate it when it gets dark at 5:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
that's weird.
Horrible.
Although my wife says she really prefers it that way because then she's not driving directly into the sun when she comes home from work.
Tell her wear a ball cap.
Yeah, there you go. Sunglasses and the visor in the car,
This is the true story. You know how we all have pet superstitions? I hope we do, otherwise I'm making a fool of myself. Do we all have pet superstitions?
No.
Well, I do.
Probably. I'd have to think about
Possibly depends on the superstition, I
it.
guess.
I'm sure we've
I
talked
don't
about it
believe
on
it.
BBB
I
stream
don't
before.
believe
In that case, get ready to laugh. I cannot operate a motor vehicle unless I'm wearing a hat.
Okay.
It's bad luck. I cannot drive. If it's bad luck for me to drive unless I'm wearing a hat. You know how it started?
I could
because
see that as an equilibrium thing.
no, I used to when I used to have to drive a long distance to work, I would always end up with the morning sun directly into my eyes, or when I was driving home, directly into my eyes. So I started wearing a ball cap so that I could, because there's always that period where the visor just doesn't cut it. So I'd wear a ball cap so I could strategically locate it so the sun wasn't in my eyes. And then one day I forgot my hat when I went to work, and it was like something out of the Andy Griffith Show with the Don Knotts character where just everything goes wrong. And ever since then, I've always made sure I wear a hat when I drive my car. I keep an extra hat in my the column in between the two seats. But yeah, but it all started because the sun was in my eyes when I drove.
Huh. I have a good luck car frog.
That counts. That counts.
It's a beanbag frog. It's, and now that I have another car, or that's going to be my daughter's car, she has a good luck car frog in her car too. So I had to buy one specifically to, look over her car. So
I always have a hat on.
I've ever gotten in a really bad wreck and totaled my car. Guess what was not in the car?
The frog.
The frog.
Oh no.
Anyway,
I mean, I wear a hat every time I drive, but that's only because I like the AC cranked up so high that if I'm not wearing a hat, my head will get cold. And I'm not turning down the AC.
I would not be able to exist if I was not wearing a hat.
No.
So maybe he's right. Maybe it's more utility.
So anyway, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Henry, yes. Back we were talking about movies, weren't we? And then it somehow became a bunch of other things.
I keep derailing the conversation. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. So Michael Rooker as Henry. I mean, I think he plays a serial killer better than most I have ever seen. Just he's got that complete remorseless psychopath. I'm just doing what I'm doing. Roll down pat. He's doesn't care about anybody but himself and what he's trying to do. It's very, very clear throughout the entire movie. Now, he acts like he cares about other people, but you can tell that no. He cares about what he is doing. He wants to kill. He just wants to kill. And it's not like he's vicious, I want to kill, for some sort of, specific reason. It's just, he just has this desire to do it, and he's smart about it, and he articulates it in the movie. It's like he's trying to teach Otis, his buddy, how to be a killer too, and he's like, don't be stupid about stuff. He's like, he's like, oh, should I not use a gun? He's like, yeah, you can use a gun, just don't use it twice. Never use the same gun twice, never use the same weapon twice, never put a body in the same place or in the same way. He kills everyone differently so that there's no trail. Because his whole thing that he wants to do is to continue killing for as long as he can. Like a lot of serial killers, like the more famous ones, they all kill all their victims the same way, or they leave notes, or there's a signature because they want to be caught. This guy does not want to be caught ever. He wants to continue doing it until he either dies doing it or somehow gets caught in the process. And it's just, it's kind of chilling
with the modern day and age we in now.
This movie was like 80.
Unless he wears an old body condom, he's going to get caught with the DNA.
Mm-hmm. This was mid 80s, and it was taken after a serial killer that existed, or supposed serial killer that was running around in the 70s. So anyway, it was they didn't have the crime detecting abilities then that they have now. DNA didn't come into it until the 90s or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could technically run some DNA in the 80s, but it wasn't it wasn't a utility until the 90s.
Yeah, it was also extremely expensive in the 80s to do that.
Yeah, it was still expensive in the 90s too.
Yeah.
But they had a much better technology.
They did have better technology then.
It was like the federal database itself that what's it called? Either way, the database that links all states to where you can run it, and it'll search every APHIS. Yes. That was like early 90s. But DNA,
this was back when society was still quite, not connected and quite lawless in many ways, as far as that goes. So you could get away with things like this, but it was just chilling, the whole idea behind the personality, the whole idea of the personality of I'm just going to keep doing this. It's like, God, what is, there are people out there like that, anyway, that's the whole chilling, scary part of it. There's not really a whole lot of horror to it other than the concept behind it, so like,
no, I completely agree. Like
yeah.
I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. I remember it though, because Michael Rooker is like, that's like perfect casting. I like Michael Rooker as an actor, but like if there's an actor who turns out to be a serial killer and they say it's Michael Rooker, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, he also plays the serial killer in another movie that I want to give away because it's a surprise. So just take my word for it.
But I do find the psychology of serial killers, like when it's shown in a movie like this, it can be scary. It can be horrifying. So yeah, I agree. It's a good pick.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
I remember it being a good movie. I just haven't seen it in a really long time.
Definitely a decent. It's not the best we've ever seen. It's kind of slow at parts, but it is what it is though.
Yeah.
But just in the spoiler alert, he like kills his buddy and his buddy's sister in the end, and who supposedly loves him, and anyway,
because
you always hurt the one you love.
He doesn't care about anybody. He has to continue doing what he's doing, and they're in his way.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
In the end. And he's a psychopath. They're in his way, and she witnessed him kill her brother, and she still loved him, but he's like, no, she's a liability. So he gets rid of her.
Tie up those loose ends, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just like, holy moly, somebody can be that detached from humanity. Oh man. Anyway, it's just chilling. So. But
okay,
yeah, awesome.
Well, for my next pick, since we're going rather slow today, I'm gonna have to be really choosy. I'm gonna go with I think it's a Japanese horror movie called Audition, which if you've seen it, the plot of this movie is that there's a single guy, I think he's a widower maybe, and he wants to hold an audition for a new girlfriend, which is like the first like half an hour of the movie is like this cute romantic comedy setting. It's like the tone, it feels like it's a romantic comedy about just some guy looking for love in a really unconventional, quirky way. Yeah. And then he meets up with this girl and things seem to click. Turns out she is horrible. The worst girlfriend you could possibly have. She like
I've had worse.
She has one of her previous boyfriends inside of a plastic bag in her house without any limbs, and he's missing his tongue, and he has to eat from a bowl. And then the last half an hour of the movie is just her torturing this poor guy for in really brutal, horrific ways. It's a tough watch. And I don't know if I would recommend it. It's definitely torture porn. It definitely qualifies as torture porn. But I wanted to bring it up because we're all men here. We've had psycho exes. This is like the perfect example of a psycho ex. This is why the dating pool sucks. So yeah, I wanted to bring up this movie. Because like that turn half an hour into the movie where it goes from yay romantic comedy, this is really cute, to just oh my god.
I've never seen the movie, but I am familiar with it because I did the whole Japanese movie thing. I saw trailers for it and stuff, and it looked like it was really, really a psycho movie.
She takes a little wire, and what she does with this wire. No.
Okay. I don't want to see that movie.
Well, but you're right. I've always held the best horror movies ever made are the ones that in the first segment can make you forget you're watching a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like one that we don't like for personal reasons, but in Jeepers Creepers, it's the brother sister coming home from college for 20 minutes. You forget, you think it's going to be a road movie. You forget, oh yeah, I went to see a horror movie tonight, didn't I? This movie, it feels like it's a lost segment to Love Actually.
Yeah, it does at first.
Second Love Actually name drop in this show, by the way. But it's a great movie. I love it. But anyway, It does. You think it's just going to be this guy trying to find love again, and as you say, he has a friend who's a producer. And he goes, "Why don't you just audition?" And it really feels like it's going to be this cute, fun lark. But again, it's in the early days of people meeting through computer dating sites and stuff, with some of the horrible things you've heard from that. I remember when the movie came out, it used to be, 'cause I used to have friends and coworkers and stuff say, "Yeah, I met this really great person online," and I would go,
Oh.
I remember those days. Yeah. Now that's where everybody meets each other now.
But you have to take it with a grain of salt, because okay, either it's going to really work out for you, or you're going to be dead in 60 days.
Exactly.
It's one or the other. And
that reminds me of a couple of friends of mine who just got engaged off the internet. They met each other online, and now they're engaged, and they're going to live happily ever after, or not.
And I don't want to knock it. A lot of people have that online and had some wonderful relationships, but there has been some unmitigated disasters, things out of a horror movie. So this movie was sort of ahead of the game as far as that goes. So yes, and I agree with you. It's hard to recommend it because of the obscene violence therein, but it is a great movie and very effective.
It's an extremely effective horror movie. It definitely gets under your skin real quick. Like the way the way the twist actually happens within the movie is like she's on the phone with him and you see it from her room and she's being all cutesy to him on the phone, and in the background you see this trash bag. You don't think anything of it. It's just a trash bag in the background. And then as soon as she hangs up, the trash bag moves. You know, what is going on? And it's just the start of a really, really bad roller coaster.
There was some amazing horror cinema that was coming out of Japan at this time.
Absolutely. This was like the height of J horror. Yeah.
There was one, and I don't want to digress, but like I said, I'm in a wacky mood today. There's one where they're looking for a cannibal serial killer, and they have like all these cops in a small apartment, and they're trying to find evidence. And the guy was obviously a chef, and he had this like really delicious dish cooking, and they can't work because they're getting distracted. Like, man, that smells fantastic! Oh my god, that smells fantastic! Oh yeah, here I found the head. And where's the brain? Yeah, I can't find the brain. What smells good? What smells good? I can't find. And it goes on like this, and they go. Yeah, like it all dawns on them.
Oh my god,
it smells so good, and it's like, oh no, and it was just so effective. Yeah, there was some great horror coming out of Japan at the time.
Okay, I don't want to talk about this movie anymore, so let's move on.
Yes,
yeah, please.
Danny, it's now your turn.
Beat the joke. Sorry.
You know, before I do my choice, let me give an honorable mention to another serial killer movie that come on my mind while Damien was talking, and that's the best one ever made portraying a serial killer, and that's The Deliberate Stranger with Mark Harmon, where he plays Ted Bundy. And it's a TV movie. It's not like a theater movie, but it is probably the best portrayal of a serial killer that sticks to realistic events. It's more of a documentary than it is a movie. It's so accurate. So let me give a special shout out to that movie. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it.
I know of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah,
it's a good watch at least once, and it's probably one of his best performances.
Yeah, it's always brought up when people talk about Mark Harmon's acting ability. They're like, this movie is the one. Yeah,
I recommend that one. But my choice is something a little different. I'm going to go with a movie I watched this weekend for Halloween, which is actually good. And I'm going to go with a movie called Hell Night with Linda Blair. Has anybody seen that movie? Well,
I own it.
A group of college kids doing the Hell Night ritual go to spend the night in a haunted house. There's, I think, 4 of them. And they get locked in. And in this house that's supposedly haunted, a man and his wife had several kids that were mutants. And one night the man killed his wife and 2 of the 3 mutant kids and then killed himself. When they discovered the thing, they never could find the other mutant kid. And they figured he killed him and just got rid of the body first. They never could find the mutant kid, but the kid had lived in the walls, people under the stairs kind of way, and was lurking around in this giant old house. It's reminiscent of a movie called Castle Freak, if you ever saw that. And when the Hell Night kids go to spend the night, the mutant kid pursues to try to kill all of them. And what makes it, to me, possibly a realistic movie because these things do happen with people who were supposed to be dead living, hiding in empty houses and stuff. I've actually seen one where people moved into this house and it was a real story of a creepy pre-resident who lived in the attic and would come down at night and steal their food and stuff. So
I've heard of that kind of thing happening.
A possibility, man. And the fact that a mutant kid could run amok and kill a group of teenagers don't seem quite so far-fetched in this modern day and age.
Yeah, The Boy. That's what I was thinking of. Similar concept.
Wasn't there something from the late 70s, early 80s called Humongous that was also a similar story?
Very similar.
Okay. Because there's a bell ringing in my head. Probably the tinnitus.
But I actually think Hell Night's way underrated. I watched it, like I said, for this Halloween. That first time I'd seen it in 25, 30 years. And after the other crap I sat through, now I think it's one of the best classics ever made.
Oh.
Okay.
It's always funny
Shane.
how watching a bunch of bad movies makes you appreciate anything that's even halfway decent.
Exactly, yes.
Well said.
What do you got, Shane?
This may be a stretch.
Well, you're the one who brought up Maximum Overdrive, so.
Hey, AI technology, man.
Did you guys
I'm
bring that up
telling
last
you.
time? Maximum
We did.
Overdrive? Oh my.
We need to change his nickname from Buff to Stretch.
It's like the girl from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I thought it was going to be Elastic Man.
No. I'm gonna go with the way things are going currently, especially in this climate and the way government can act a little loopy doopy. I'm gonna say the Purge.
It has moments.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll count it.
Yeah.
I could realistically see a out of control one-party government forming in our as things are going on here because Democrats want all the power. But I'm not getting political. Don't get political.
No politics,
Don't
man.
get political. Don't get political. Don't get political. But I could see something like that happening to where it's just like let's justify the reason for why people do crime. And when I say people, we're always talking about black people, but just doing crime to the whole BLM thing. And it was like they're just expressing them, so they're releasing their frustrations. I could see a government saying, "You know what, 12 hours, they go for it." And like what? It's just, and people needing to protect themselves. Now to shrink that down. Let's take away the whole wider band of everybody just do what you want, but the aspect of a family realizing, oh, something bad's gonna happen. Let me lock down my house. So we lock down a house, and you got stupid kids that the girl lets the boyfriend in. It was like, oh, this house is on lockdown right now. No, but I want to be my boyfriend. 2, the dumb son is just like, oh, I feel sympathy for this person. I know about the seriousness of the situation, but I'm gonna disable the alarm to let. Why do you know the code anyway? But I'm going to disable the alarm to let this guy in because he's screaming for help. And then the crazy people that are looking for this person were like, hey, give him to us and you're fine. We want him. And all the events that transpired, just to shrink it down to that house in the setting that happened there. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Why not? Just give me what I want and I'll leave you alone. Deal? Good. Door open. Boom. Would you like some cake? I got some extra cake. Get here. Yeah. Take them. Get out of here. And they're on their way. Why not?
No, I do think the concept behind the Purge, it seems outlandish at first, but like I can kind of see it. Like I don't want to get political, but I do remember hearing a lot of intellectual and academic arguments that rioting is like some kind of social justice, and it's your right to loot a business if you're disadvantaged enough, and so I could I could see something like this becoming like a natural outgrowth of that, at least in some kind of small community somewhere. And so the idea of just normal people having to protect themselves because, you have this one night of anarchy, I can kind of see it. I really can. And it is kind of scary and terrifying. So for what it's worth, I think it's a good pick.
I could definitely see a future where, something like this could be possible for sure. And like I like the whole beginning of the movie where it's like, the guy's a security salesman and he's like, they're setting up houses to basically be like little miniature bunkers kind of thing. So, the purge can't get in, or during the purge, people can't get in. And it's like, that's a lucrative business. And I thought that was all kind of very neat in that movie, the way they kind of tie that into this whole other industry of protecting yourself from the purge. And he's the one, it's his house, and he's got like all kinds of security, not enough apparently, but, that they break into. And it's just kind of
it's not childproof.
Yeah, definitely not.
But to take away that aspect of all crime is legal for the next 12 hours, just civil unrest that spreads too far. And like we're saying with the whole people have bunkers and stuff like that. They're fortifying their home. They're getting ready for something bad to happen. That.
Well, it just, no matter how far-fetched things are, it's always possible to connect the dots. So it's just interesting when you actually look at something. Well, it's like this wouldn't happen overnight. It'd be like, well, first this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened, and then that. It's things are usually the result of an earlier step. So is it far-fetched? Yes, but they make it so presentable. It's like I can really see it unfolding like this. So is it realistic? Yes, I think it passes that acid test. And when you consider that conceptually, it all came from an episode of Star Trek.
Yep.
And not even one of the best episodes of Star Trek. But, it came out of that. I mean, I think that's an excellent choice.
I think it's also like a good gimmick for a movie. It's a good movie.
It is.
And again, without getting too political, like we like to think
I think they stuck, but
we like to think we're not on the knife edge of some kind of civil unrest, but I live 30 miles from Ferguson. I've seen civil unrest happen like that. And like there could come a time where you have to defend yourself because you're in a place where you're not going to get help right away. And if stuff is going down, you have to know what to do. And I think from that perspective, that fear, I think the purge really taps into that innate fear I think we all have in a civilized society when we don't like to admit it, but I think we all know that there is always the chance that things could go south very, very quickly. So
once again, let me point out, I live in South Carolina, and they tried that old purge stuff here. It lasts about 8 minutes.
I like your use of civilized society there. That's that's kind of interesting.
Civilized
with those two together there. But
I'm not an anarchist, so
I wouldn't call our society that civilized personally. But anyway, but civilization is a very, very thin veneer.
Yes, it is.
It's like the skin of an apple. It's very, very, very easy to slide back into anarchy, and basically just be in a situation where it's, everybody for themselves, and people don't realize how fragile
Carol, you definitely
is.
have me beat if you live in Portland.
Well, I mean, here in America, I mean, and I'm not saying that other countries are necessarily of stronger character than us, but America hasn't had to deal with a lot of really, really bad things, and we've had to deal with bad things. But I mean, then you hear it's like when we talk about our experiences of World War II, where we lost a whopping 360,000 people, where in Russia they lost 24.5 million. So it's like we have had bad experiences here, but they tend to pale to some other countries. Now,
perspective.
Aside
from the Civil War, we have no idea in this country, what anything like that is like. So,
but veneer of civilization. I remember in the first days of the pandemic, which could have been much, 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 much worse. It was horrible, and I'm not going to minimize a single death in this country or the world, but it could have gone much, much worse. But in the opening gambit, in the first days, when I live on Cape Cod, which of course is only connected to the mainland by 2 bridges, people were getting together and saying we should occupy the 2 bridges and ban refugees from the city coming onto Cape Cod and infecting us. And I went, I was watching the veneer of civilization crack, and this is before they closed the supermarkets. This is like in the first days. It reminded me of I think it was Kids in the Hall, where they were talking about this guy was on trial for cannibalism. He goes, "You weren't on that plane. You don't know what I went through." And they go, "We're not talking a plane crash. It was a 2-hour layover." And it's like, I mean, things hadn't really gotten bad yet, and people are already talking about, we'll have to make a stand, and all the other Americans, they're on their own, but Cape Cod will survive. And I'm like, oh no. I've read books. I know where this leads to.
Yeah. I remember those talks happening in lots of different communities.
There's this great line in Deep Space Nine where Quark is talking about humans, and he's talking about humans as though you think that they're all these passive, peace-loving, Federation-loving people, but you just take away a little bit of comfort and give them a little bit of panic, and they will rip each other apart. I don't remember the exact quote, but it was something like that, and I think that's a really good quote.
In Red Dwarf, Rimmer actually comes up with one of the most sensible things in the show. He goes, "Any civilization is 3 missed meals away from anarchy."
Yeah, that's a famous one. Yeah.
I go,
everything you said just explains why the aliens don't visit us more often.
And when they do, they just want to shove things in our butt.
We're just a planet. Planet ruled by homicidal monkeys is what we are. So. Anyway,
that's enough politics, really. Yeah. Thank you, Shane.
I know we should stay on the politics.
This politics. This is talking about, anyway.
We're talking about civilization. Yeah, the monsters you on Maple Street also a good example of society. There's also a movie I really like about a power outage, The Trigger Effect. Same concept. Anyway, right. Thrash. It is now
you.
I will select. Oh heck, I'm going to go dark on this one because it's probably the last one of the day. I'm going to go with Saw, the first one.
Okay, yeah.
Just watched that last
the first
night.
one.
Nice.
Yeah,
the first one.
Yeah, very good.
Just because, and again, it's far-fetched, but it's just such a. And if you haven't seen the movie, I apologize, but just bluey. I mean, here's a guy. He was an asshole to begin with. He's dying of cancer, and he just decides he's going to get his revenge on the world against the people he thinks of as generally bad people. It's sort of Seven with a more sympathetic main character. If you want to connect the dots there, but I thought it was well put together. It was innovative, and again that twist ending. Where you find out that thing you saw going down the train at the beginning was. I don't want to give away too much, but it's so much fun too with this movie. I think Saw is just a great movie, and again, while far-fetched, plausible.
And I kind of like the idea of a serial killer who is so meticulous and borderline autistic that he could set up this mousetrap level thing. Yeah, like you said, it is far-fetched, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. It really isn't.
And who hasn't wanted to take their revenge out on the world?
Yeah.
There's one Saw movie where he's he wants to kill all the health insurance company guys and yeah, okay.
In the first
that's
one,
not something that's happened recently.
In the first one, I don't think he's necessarily trying to get revenge. I mean, revenge might be in the end if the people die. That's what he's getting. But it's almost like his motivation is to teach them a lesson, to teach them to love life or live life or be better. Like the girl that survived that had the jaw thing on her. They were asking her at the end. Of her interview, it was like, do you hate him or dislike, or he's like, he helped me is what she said. And it was like, oh my God, that's what you take from this is he helped you, it's like, oh, anyway.
It's also like why you should definitely like restrict this to the first movie because it gets increasingly ridiculous.
Yeah, the further down you go,
it becomes more torture porn.
Yeah.
Saul proves
Saul
one
X.
thing. Saul proves that you can go into a warehouse and spend $7.50 and make a movie that makes a lot of money.
That's true.
We had good actors
start a
in it,
whole
though.
career
I
in
mean,
Hollywood. Both Lee Winnell and James Wan.
I did enjoy Saw 10 or X.
Look, I like all the Saw movies, but they are inherently ridiculous after a certain point.
After a while.
I've seen all the Saw movies, but I couldn't tell you one from the other or what happened because they all run together like one long blob of crap.
When I first saw the movies, I actually binge watched. It was like I think 7 or 8 of them were out by the time I watched them, and I just binge watched them all at once. So yeah, it does feel like one long melodrama if you watch it that way.
It gets tedious after part 4 or something.
Yeah, but like I said, I still watch them, so why not? I'm not going to say they're great movies.
Once again, they're 1,000 times better than Halloween Ends or Anaconda X, Rise of the Evil Dead.
Anyway, anybody else have anything to say about Saw?
I saw Saw.
Good movie. Watched it the night, was it last night or the night before? Anyway, good movie. Yeah.
And as a writer, I do have to say I do appreciate the attempts at keeping a continuity. Even as ridiculous as it gets, they still try really hard to keep everything in continuity, and I do appreciate that. I don't think they always succeed, but I do appreciate the effort. Anyway, so Damien, what is your last pick of the day?
Okay, go with Bone Tomahawk.
Oh God!
No, great movie.
That rivals Audition for the torture porn scene.
I gave that an honorable mention only because I hadn't seen it, but I wanted to mention it. So thank you, Damien.
So there's only one real disturbing scene in the thing, and it's exceptionally disturbing. It's one of those scenes that once you've seen it, you're just like, I can't unsee this. Yeah. It's now in my head and it's stuck in there.
What does it involve?
An axe
section
and somebody being upside down.
Vivisection from the bottom. Or I guess that's not even technically vivisection, is it? That would be just basically being split in two.
There's some kind of weird word for what they do there. I just can't remember what it is.
What's
it's
it called?
Too, so.
I'm not going to look it up. I'll let
drawn and quartering.
It's very similar, yes.
Anyway, there's a specific word for it, but he's chopped in two from the legs up, bottom up, chopped in two.
This is like the worst split imaginable.
Yeah. So that would be exceptionally painful, and you'd be well aware that you're being torn apart as it's happening.
Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
Yeah, you would be fully aware of it unless you went into shock. So that's just horrible. But other than that, the movie's actually not that bad on the horror side of things. It's mostly kind of an Old West adventure film where you got an injured man and you're trying to get there and they got to take care of him and the problems involved, and they're after this group that nobody knows anything about, and it's really more about the suspense of what are these things or who are these people, and so on and so forth. But there's this like tribe of troglodytes, which are cave dwellers, who don't
That's
speak.
The official word for cave dweller.
Yep. But they don't speak, and they've done some body horror to themselves. And they have that friggin' bone in their friggin' neck so they can make that whistling sound or whatever it is, or that roar that they do. But
it's kind of like an Old West version of Eaters of the Dead, or the 13th Warrior, which is the movie version of that. Which is itself a take on Beowulf. But it's that idea.
Yes, it is. Now that you mention it. I read it when I was in college, but you're right. I recall.
Yeah. But decent movie.
Great
one scene is horrible. The acting is great. The story overall is pretty good. It's a novel concept, and the whole idea of a Western horror. I mean, it's like how often do you see one of those?
They use practical effects. They didn't use a bunch of CGI to ruin
Correct.
it. So
that's true. It's practical.
Yeah. There's no. I don't think there's a bit of CGI in that movie. I
don't
could be wrong. But
It is a good movie, and that one scene will definitely stay with you. But I mean, just even outside of that scene, it is just generally a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There may have been a little bit of CGI doctoring in that one scene you bring up.
Maybe
just a little bit.
That could have all been done with a dummy and fake.
It's kind of hard to tell when you're watching it like this.
Yeah, that's exactly how I watched. I was like, oh, oh my god. But you're like, the kid like
4:30 in the morning one day, late at night, 4:30.
I was not prepared when I watched that movie. I had no idea what the movie was about. I just saw that it was a Western with what's his name in it, and I'm just like, I'll watch that.
Yeah, Kurt Russell did a great job. Patrick Wilson,
Michael Fox.
Yeah, Michael Fox. Richard Jenkins did a great job as the older cowboy.
Man, Jenkins.
Yep. David Arquette, and who was the Lily Simmons was the female role in there, but
yeah, that's the only drawback, David Arquette being in it, but no movie's perfect.
My favorite was the spare, whatever it was, the spare sheriff, he called him, instead of just sheriff's deputy or the extra sheriff, or was it spare sheriff? Anyway, Chickaroy. Anyway,
why are you bringing that up, Indy?
I thought he did a great job in that movie, but
okay, well, we're running out of time, so I think we could do a round of some honorable mentions, unless you guys really want to do this again next week. I have no plan for next week, so
I got an honorable mention.
Okay, we'll do honorable mentions, and I'll just come up with a topic. So I really wanted to bring up Fatal Attraction, but I figured Audition was kind of like Fatal Attraction on steroids.
I had that somewhere in my list, I think. Yeah.
Let's see. Rear Window, The Hills Have Eyes, Alive, which really did happen. I think we talked about The Wicker Man. Did we talk about The Wicker Man or not?
We talked about The Wicker Man.
Yeah, okay. And then lastly, lastly, Panic Room, another home invasion movie.
Oh yeah.
So those are mine. Dan, what do you got?
I got Wrong Turn.
Oh yeah. Outbreak, of course.
Mm-hmm. That's about the only two.
Especially with those monkeys that just escaped in Mississippi.
Yeah. Did they catch them yet?
I seen the monkeys escape. The first thing I said, I hope they didn't have nothing like Ebola or nothing.
No, just herpes. Just a whole bunch of
just herpes. So if Caldy shows up on a stream and he's got a cold sore, we know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Or the rage disease.
Yeah.
The lucky they escaped.
Which one was Rage? Oh, that was from
28 Days Later.
28 days later. That's right.
It all starts because the monkeys had the rage.
The rage.
Lucky the monkeys escaped in New Mexico, where the herpes are already running rampant.
Anyway, is that it? Yeah, any more honorable mentions?
No, that's it.
Okay, Shane, what do you got? What's your honorable mention?
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Ooh, I love that movie. Very
seen that in
I didn't
years.
even think about that one.
And on a certain level, Danny, Halloween Kills. Evil dies tonight. It's just the thing about
the idea of mob rule and all that. Yeah, I get it.
But a bunch of stupid people trying to come together to kill one guy, but everybody does everything in the dumbest way possible. It was like, let's attack them one at a time, and it's just oh my god.
Yeah, but give credit where credit's due. Halloween Kills still managed to be better than Halloween Ends.
And up until the very end of Halloween Kills, I would call it realistic.
I don't know.
Halloween Ends is so bad.
Come on, man. Halloween Ends involves 5 minutes of Michael Myers killing somebody.
Half of the script is Evil Dies Tonight.
I would rather watch Halloween Kills like 4 times than watch Halloween Ends again.
It was more entertaining. I'm watching Halloween Ends just furious because it's a Christine ripoff.
It is. It's Christine.
But they called it Halloween Ends because they were literally ending the franchise. They killed it.
They did.
Yeah,
thanks for now.
That's a will watch Kills.
It'll be 20 years before they make another Halloween Michael Myers movie now.
Then we'll have H60. It'll be great. Yeah. Okay, Thrash, what do you got?
The rest have already been mentioned by others, so that's accounts. These might have been just ones I forgot to check. The Birds, and The Hitchhiker with Rutger Hauer. Did we already talk about those?
We talked about the Hitchhiker.
We did mention The Hitchhiker. I don't think we like devoted a whole thing to it, but we did talk about it.
All right, good. But the Birds, I know we've talked about elsewhere, but I think the Birds is definitely a counties on this list.
Sure.
And because a similar incident did occur in Southern England. And one that we'll talk about at much greater lengths when we do our sequels that were better than the original, or remakes that were better than the original. And that, of course, is Cape Fear.
Yes.
Oh.
Cape Fear,
That is a good one.
where the idea a convicted naughty person escapes and goes on a quest for revenge about the person who he blames for putting him away. Whether
And
he
De Niro
deserves
was
to
a
or not.
psychopath, and he plays one in the movie too.
Anyway.
But see, and that's a weird twist. In the remake, he goes to prison for something he didn't do. He was a criminal, but the actual crime, it's a gray area. In the original one, he was out the gate guilty, and the lawyer wasn't even the prosecuting attorney. It just happened to be a witness.
Right.
So it's weird, a differing dynamic. You know, one, he didn't get the fair trial, so at the very least, he didn't get a fair trial, which means there's the revenge angle is a little more palpable, I think is the word I'm groping for desperately. But anyway, those are mine.
Hey, if you want to make that the next topic, like remakes or sequels that are better than the original, we totally do that.
I think we should. We've talked about that a couple of times, and I think that would be a great topic.
Let's
That's
do it
fine.
next
Sequels or
week.
remakes? Which one? Sequels or remakes?
I see
Either
you can
one.
do both.
Yeah, you can
I
do
will
either one.
favor
Yeah,
remakes.
you got two shows there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you can do either one.
Yeah. All right. So I'll do. Why don't we do remakes? That were
Okay,
better
you want to
than
do remakes specifically? Okay. What about
Remakes
reboots?
Hey, reboots, I guess, could be. Yeah.
Reboots do constitute a remake, don't they?
Depends.
Somewhat. Like a prime example of this, Ghostbusters 2016. They tried
I
to
wouldn't call that a
distribute it
prime
as a
example.
reboot, but everyone saw it as a remake for what it was.
Well, I mean,
It kind of
they
fit in both.
They
Let's just
rebooted-
try to stick with remakes and go from
Yeah.
there.
Hey, that
We
makes
keep
me
the
happy.
definitions loose here anyway.
Weekend.
Well, that Halloween, there's been so many different Halloween movies, but there's only been one straight up remake. We can,
Yeah, I can talk
we're
about
not going
that.
to talk about that next week.
I can't wait to next week when you'll hear me bash the Rob Zombie piece of garbage that is the Halloween remake.
Because yeah, it's terrible.
I can't wait either.
Every time I tried to watch Halloween, it would keep on sending me to the Halloween remake, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to watch the current. I want to watch the original. Anyway.
I don't know about that, but let me bring this up real quick for true horror. There's this movie about this little chick named Sarah and her damn oil well. And if this trailer comes up on any more videos, I'm going to literally pull my hair out because I've seen this trailer for this little black girl in her oil well thousands of times this week.
See, this is why I have YouTube Premium. I don't have to worry about that. Anyway, Damien, what are your honorable mentions?
Scream rebooted, or I wouldn't say rebooted, created the entire Scream franchise and brought back the slasher film in the 90s. You know, not the greatest movie ever made, but it also was very meta, made fun of other horror movies. You know, it's a good horror movie.
I'm starting to think Damien's a big David Arquette fan.
not huge, no. But
Well, before you move on, let me just say for the record, Scream has a special place in my heart, so to speak, I guess, because I went to college at the University of Florida and I stayed at an apartment complex that I'm not going to name, in which a man by the name of Danny Rolling, I think, killed 5 girls. I lived in the exact same apartment building that happened in. And that is Danny Rolling, the Gainesville Ripper, as he was called, is the actual inspiration behind Scream.
Really? I didn't know
really.
that. Yeah.
So
did he wear a mask and the black?
I don't think he did. No,
Okay.
he
All
just
right. Okay.
snuck in the window and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha. My next one would be Megan, because with the advent of AI and robotics and so on and so forth, I don't really see this as a not plausible situation in another 10, 15,
About
20
on par
years.
with Maximum Overdrive, but okay.
Hey, come on.
No.
This is a near future possibility here.
So. That's that Chucky remake.
Yeah.
It's like, why do we need this? Oh, we need female whammon. That's all the only reason Megan exists. There's a sequel to Megan. Why?
There shouldn't be a sequel to Megan. I'll give you that. But the first one, it was an interesting concept.
I couldn't get through it, actually. I thought it was boring.
I'm a dancer and do my heel.
You gotta wait till it gets a little bit better.
Dancing?
But
I might give it another try. But yeah.
But
go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, Room, which really isn't horror, but when you think about the concept of it,
scenario, yeah,
it's such a horrible scenario that it is, it's horrific in its own way. But I know, that's why it's kind of low on my honorable mentions, because it wasn't really, I wasn't seeing as like round peg, square hole kind of thing here. And then my last would be the original Friday the 13th, because the mother was doing the killing and Jason was not.
That was brought up last time.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to list everything we talked about when I texted Damien. I may have forgotten that one.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
we agree.
My last. Yeah. So that's it.
Awesome.
This was a blast, guys. This was a blast.
So next week we will talk about remakes that are better than the original. So we will not be talking about the Halloween remake.
And arguably better. That is to say, I'm sure there'll be a certain debate.
There will be debate, I'm sure. Indy will probably disagree with all of us.
Some we will agree with, some we will die on a hill. But it's like it'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
So I know you have to point out how bad a remake can be.
I know Thrash is going to bring up I Am Legend because he just loves that movie.
Oh, he does love that Will Smith version. Yeah.
I was actually hoping somebody would bring that up so I could fight them on it. So that's why I said arguably.
Hey, I just rewatched Omega Man not long ago, and I have to say that those two movies are so far apart from each other that I wouldn't even consider I Am Legend a remake of Omega Man.
And by the way, Thrash, I do have one bit of homework for you in preparation for this. You should go see. You might want to write this down. It's a long title. It's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You should see those movies.
Watched it last night.
It was already on my list, by the way. But BS.
Invasion of the BS. I love it.
Sutherland and that hair.
Anyway, it's a bye week for me. I don't have a video dropping in half an hour. I just don't. I've been writing, so sorry. No mainline entry. You just have to be happy with my live stream and shorts. But Thrash, what have you got going on tonight?
I do have a show tonight. It's at 7, and the trivia is going to be on short-lived TV shows, which is either going to be a lot of fun or a curse, because the problem with short-lived TV shows is a lot of them no one's heard of. In fact, I specifically had to go with ones that at least people have a fighting chance on.
Are you going to talk about Automan?
Shorter.
Oh, even shorter than that. Okay.
I'm talking like only had 5 or 6 episodes.
Right. Okay.
I will be real disappointed if you do not discuss the Phoenix.
Oh yeah, the Phoenix with the guy from Star Trek 2. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So, anybody else have anything to plug before we go?
Going
I'm
live in about 30 minutes.
Cool. All right.
And I'm just going to say that I am in mourning over the loss in the series for the Blue Jays. Just check up on me every now and again, make sure I'm okay.
As a Cardinals fan,
it says he's in mourning. Let me bring up rest in peace, Joan Lockhart. I loved you.
Oh, yeah, Joan Lockhart.
One of my favorite actresses passed away at the age of 100 this week.
Good innings. Good innings. Okay, well, I'm gonna hit the button then, and I will see you next week.
Oh, one more thing.
Okay. What do you got?
This just happened by chance, and great topic talking about horror movies, stuff like that. During my Halloween stream. Today is the second and last day of Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
The Day of the Dead.
Cool. Yeah, I have a mask around here somewhere that I did for Halloween a couple years ago. I did the whole Dia de los Muertos outfit. Ooh. I looked like a pimp, man. It was great. Oh, and now BBB shows up. Hi, BBB.
Hi. How you doing?
I sent her the link when we started.
Oh, did you? Okay, good. Thank you. Anyway.
Thank you and good night.
Restrict airflow.